I'm here to collect receipts again. Another day while I'm collecting receipts. And I'm actually sad I have to collect these receipts. But before I collect the receipts, man, there's something we low-key have to legitimately talk about. There's something we legitimately have to talk about, okay? Because I wake up this morning. For me, it's morning time. For you guys, it's nowhere near morning time. I'll explain in just a minute. And everybody's spamming me saying, yo, why are you not yapping about Real Madrid? Why aren't you here to collect receipts again? If Mbappe lands Madrid, and people are spamming me about Mbappe, and I'm sitting there like, okay, Real Madrid must have lost. I had no idea what the score is at this point. I had literally just woke up. It was the first thing I saw on my phone. So I go to check the score. Real Madrid lose 5-2. I did not watch the game. Now, for anyone who thinks I did watch the game, let me explain. We had a baby recently. Our baby's 4 months old. I stay up at night with the baby. My wife deals with the baby, watches the baby during the day, right? And then I wake up and we were together all together for a little bit. And then Ray goes to sleep with the baby, and I'm up with the baby, watching the baby, making sure the baby's okay. Boom, boom, playing FC, working on videos. Boom, right? So this morning, I was up until 7 a.m. with the baby, and wifey and the baby are still sleeping, and they're sleeping so good, so I'm not gonna wake them up so I can go to sleep. Manchester United started, they're still sleeping. I threw Manchester United on, I watched Manchester United, okay? I don't know how Bruno misses that penalty. Regardless, we don't really speak about the Premier League much. We speak about La Liga. So I go to sleep, it's probably like 9-something, like the Real Madrid game's about to start for me, because I think the game was at like 10. So I pass out, y'all, and I wake up, and this is what I'm seeing, right? So I have no idea what's going on. So what do? I watch the highlights, and I've seen a lot of clips, and I'm going to watch the game repeated tonight when I'm up at night, right? So, but there's something I really want to talk about, and this is not all Barcelona fans, but this is some Barca fans. And Barca fans, please don't get mad at me, okay? Because I'm not coming at y'all. I have not come at y'all once. I never attacked Barcelona once this season. I have praised Barcelona. I have said good things about Barcelona. And I've barely even compared Real Madrid Barca when it comes to stuff. And then y'all are attacking me as if I said something negative about Barcelona. I'm so confused to where people just have this like image of me where I'm just this Real Madrid fan and everything else that I say is negative. All I do is praise Barcelona. I've never said something negative about Barca this year, yet y'all come at me crazy as if the things I'm saying is attacking Barcelona, and it never is. Legitimately, I collected receipts in my last video because it was facts. It's facts that Mbappe's playing good. And the fact that you have the nerve, or anyone has the nerve to bring up Mbappe's name today is insane, because that goal he scores for Real Madrid is absolutely remarkable. And for you to even think that attacking Mbappe after a goal like that, which got his team back into the game, and then Goulet gets them back in front, to even think to attack the offense is crazy, because Real Madrid's problem for the last 2-3 years has been their defense. And anyone who watches football and understands football can see that this defense is not good, and it hasn't been good. And a lot of people thought, a lot of people thought that signing Paredes was the answer. And I told people, and that's why I'm here to collect receipts today. I told people that Paredes is going to help you so much going forward. You're going to love Paredes going forward. He's going to be one of the best left backs you've seen going forward. But defensively, he will struggle. I said this many times in many videos. I'm a Benfica fan. I do not miss Benfica games. I watch every Benfica game. Whether it's preseason, friendlies, I watch that man play. I analyze tape on this guy for an entire season and a half. And I'm telling you, when someone plays him and puts him under pressure, he makes mistakes. Go back and watch the Atletico Madrid game. You're going to see times in the middle of the park when he has the ball on the floor, on his feet, and instead of releasing it, he does something, tries to make a turn, loses possession, something like this. This has happened many, many times in big games at Benfica. I love Paredes. I think Paredes is amazing. When it was time for us to sell Paredes, I was okay with it because I wanted someone more defensively good at Benfica. Why? Because Benfica sucks defensively. If you go look at Benfica's recent results, they suck defensively. They cannot defend. They stink defensively. Real Madrid, now has a defense that was struggling defensively and got a player that struggles defensively under pressure. He could defend, but when under pressure, he makes bad mistakes. A lot of players at Benfica, if I'm being honest with you, suck under pressure. Out of the back. They stink out of the back. Otamendi doesn't stink under pressure, but he's old now. So he makes a lot of mistakes because his legs can't do the things he used to do when he was at Man City. This is the problem with Benfica. And when you look at Real Madrid, they now have players that aren't great under pressure, right? And they didn't sign, they signed upcoming stars, Dean, Carreras, but they didn't sign players that are what Real Madrid does. Let me explain. Real Madrid's a team that buys when they're ready, right? They buy stars when they're ready. They buy players that are ready. They buy players that are the top of the game and they're ready to go, right? Dean, great player. I'm not hating on him any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying, usually they would sign someone with a little bit more experience. Carreras, a little bit more experience, because we're kind of in a new chapter of Real Madrid. Dean, the experience is not the most. Carreras, the experience is not the most, right? You're seeing Goulet. You're seeing a very young Real Madrid. And the number one thing is, when you go into games like this, Atletico Madrid, it doesn't matter how bad Atletico Madrid is. I'll name some. Liverpool, Manchester United, Benfica, Sporting, Atletico, Real Madrid, Bayer Leverkusen, Bayern. The list goes on, right? When you get into these rivalries, these clásicos, these derbies, it becomes more about heart. It becomes more about the shirt than the recent results, right? It's just like my Benfica, right? They've been terrible this season. We're going against Porto next week. That game will not be, Porto's been on fire. That game shouldn't be as easy for Porto as people think it's going to be, because it's one of those games where everything gets elevated a bit more, right? Players show up, the juices are flowing, the stadium's going nuts. So at the end of the day, Real Madrid matched the team that had their energy and matched the team that wasn't afraid of them. And at the end of the day, you look at Real Madrid and you say, can this team go all the way? Can this team win La Liga? Can this team win the Champions League? And the truth is, with Mbappe, with Vinicius Jr. on the field, there's not going to be as much defensive help. So, is Carreras, Dean, Eder Militao, and Carvajal good enough defenders to do it by themselves? Because there's not going to be as much support from Vinicius Jr. and Mbappe. We've talked about this for a year and a half now. Is that back line good enough to hold up against the good teams when there's certain players that don't drop far back enough? They help you a lot offensively, but defensively it's not as much, right? Are they good enough to do that? That's going to be the biggest question. And if I'm being honest with you, I think the answer is no. And I look around world football and I say, what center backs help Real Madrid? And the truth is, I don't have any, because defending now is not the same as it was back then. I don't look at any center back in world football and go, that guy deserves to play at Barcelona. That guy deserves to play at Real Madrid. Because center backs, in my opinion right now, are low-key kind of weak. And as VVD keeps getting older, as VVD's about to retire, you're not seeing players like VVD anymore, right? I think the only thing that you can do is maybe go get players like Bastoni and stuff, some Italian stallions, because Italians, they defend with a different type of urgency, right? So maybe that's the answer. But at the end of the day, and for me, it's just a Real Madrid that is very unbalanced. And I really wish, and I keep saying this, that in games like this, they would play the 5-back because their defense needs help. I think that Real Madrid is a good enough team to attack with 3 players in the front. So put 5 defenders. And I don't mean put Chouamani at center back. I mean run this thing with 5 center backs. I would love to see this team with Carreras, Dean, Rudiger, Eder Militao, Carvajal. 3 center backs, left back, right back, and then going forward, whatever. I would love to see what this team could do in that, because defensively, you have a lot of cover, and offensively, you still have the pace of Mbappe and Vinny and stuff like that. So I would love to hear what you guys have to say, but Barca fans, bro, we got to stop this, bro. This agenda you guys have of proving me wrong when I say nothing negative about your club. is absolutely insane to me. I don't understand where it's coming from. I've never said a bad word about Lamine Yamal. I only praise Rafinha for not performing well right now. And then on the other hand, I just get like, yo, Skills, boom, 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 where you at? Where you at? What do you want me to say, bro? I didn't watch the game. I don't know what y'all want me to say. And listen, Barca's tomorrow. And I probably already said this in the video, I don't even know, but Barca's tomorrow. And I might watch it because my Washington football team, my Washington Commanders play at 1 p.m. and the Barca game's at 12:30. So I'll probably have my clock set for 1. I'll jump up to watch Washington, and then because I'm watching Washington on the phone, I'll probably put Barca watching Washington on the TV. I'll probably put my phone for Barca on the phone, right? But otherwise, I wouldn't set a clock. Like there's just, guys, I think El Clasico this year is at 10 a.m. Unless I'm up. Maybe for that one, I'm getting up, to be honest. I'll probably get up for that one.